First of all, your reaction to the results tonight, to the performance?
Well, two different reactions really. Disappointed with the result. Reasonably happy with the performance. Obviously, a lot gone against us over the last 48 hours, and certainly over a long period of time just recently. But I thought the players showed a fantastic attitude to play, and I thought the goal we scored was evident of what we are capable of. But unfortunately, the two goals we conceded are also evident of what we are capable of in terms of a little bit of naivety, and at the same time just having that willingness to just make sure that we deal with certain situations. We can feel hard done by, because I think there was a handball by Matty Taylor, certainly with the first goal, and I think Morgan was fouled, but we still had opportunities to clear the ball.
Yeah, and really the difference, I mean, it felt like a draw was possibly a fair result, and it was just that underhit pass slightly to Connor that maybe proved the difference at the end.
Yeah, and I said to the players that eventually somewhere down the line they'll get rewarded for their efforts. They're working too hard at this moment in time not to. But having said that, you need to give yourself a platform. I thought we did give ourselves a platform in the way we started the game tonight, but then obviously the equaliser, to concede the way we did, was a little bit of a kick in the teeth, but they dealt with the disappointment of that, come out in the second half, started really, really strongly, and like you say, we just a little bit of a sloppy pass has ended up costing us. Having said that, we still had a couple of decent enough chances to sort of pull the game square. But what I would say is that the endeavour and the way they played, certainly in the first 2/3 of the field, was very good and easy on the eye, and certainly I was pleased from that point of view. We just lacked a little bit of quality in that final third, and when we've got the players missing that we have got tonight, then there's a possibility that could happen.
Harry Anderson, what's your appraisal of him coming back? As you've told us, he had the COVID. He talked about himself having COVID, then having the muscle injury. We had him down as man of the match tonight. We thought he run their defence ragged and probably should have had the full-back sent off in the second half.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, the only thing that let H down a little bit was his quality in that sort of final third at times. I thought, yeah, you're right, his effort and endeavour was certainly there, and for everybody to see. I think potentially the goalkeeper might have been sent off if his touch wouldn't have been so heavy. If it was a little bit softer, we might have got a sending off with the goalkeeper. But he'll be pleased, and rightly so, with his efforts tonight. It'd be good for him to get minutes sort of under his belt after his difficult time with COVID and injury.
I suppose there's a balance, isn't there? Because your players, I thought, acquitted themselves well tonight, but you can't let themselves sort of feel sorry for themselves about results, because like you said, you keep going, you keep fighting, and hopefully things turn.
Yeah, definitely. And even if we would have got a point tonight, listen, we would have been reasonably pleased with it. But it's the part of the season where wins are the most important thing, and we know what our points tally is in terms of the target. That if we want to finish in that top six, we know what we need to hit from a target point of view, and the focus remains on that, and it always has done. And I do think we've got the quality to do it. Obviously tonight we've missed a hell of a lot of players, and probably just sums up the period we're in at the minute with Liam going off again in that first half. He brings so much to the team in terms of security. Don't think the second goal happens if he's in the team, and yeah, it is what it is. But having sort of seen the response of the players in the dressing room, yes, they were disappointed, but I think very, very quickly, come Monday morning, they're ready to go again.
What's the situation with Liam? Is it illness or injury?
Injury, his calf, not the calf that he was out with last time, his other one. Obviously won't know the full extent until he possibly gets it scanned, which will probably be over the weekend or Monday, so it might be Tuesday or so before we get the full extent.
Have you ever had a I know you talked to me before the game about being at Portsmouth, but a stage in your managerial career you've had quite such a large portion of your, not just players, but your key players. You know, Liam Bridcup makes you play, George Grant, arguably player of the season, Tom Hopper, another player that makes players. Not just that you're missing players, you've almost been taking away the players that are key to you.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously two players that you didn't mention there, Brennan Johnson and Callum Morton, who get us goals and create goals for us. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, you could see it as an excuse, but it's not really an excuse, is it? It's plain to see. Everyone can see it. You know, whether you've got management material or coach material in your body or not. You know, it is what it is. So, we just need to find a way of sort of keep performing the way we are doing at the minute, because, you know, luckily from that point of view, that gives me confidence, because I do feel that, you know, down the line there's a result that will certainly go our way, and then very, very quickly momentum can sort of switch and change. And the fact that our next game is on the back of a game 2 or 3 days later probably makes it a good thing.
Just asking about the situation with COVID, we talked about it at the start as well. Clearly without 2 players definitely for next week, is there a concern still, because you did have some sort of indeterminate tests for the likes of Liam Bridcup before the game as well? Is there a concern that actually the real effect of COVID may not have completely been shown in the squad yet?
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, and obviously the players will be tested on Monday. With the PCR, the actual, you know, the proper one, not the natural flow one, which hasn't got as great reliability as the PCR test. So everyone will be done again on Monday, just to make sure that, you know, we've isolated in terms of the players that are missing today, and, you know, hopefully we'll see the back of it at least till the end of the season.